Hey, good morning, y'all. This is Jeff again with some horseback wisdom. I wanted to just share a quick word with you today out of Luke chapter 12, starting in verse 35. Let your waist be girded and your lamps burning, and you yourselves be like people who wait for their master when he will return from the wedding, that when he comes and knocks, they may open to him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the master, when he comes, will find watching. Assuredly, I say to you that he will gird himself and have them sit down to eat, and will come and serve them. And if he should come in the second watch or come in the third watch and find them so, blessed are those servants. But know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Therefore you also be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Then Peter, one of the apostles, said to him, Lord, do you speak this parable only to us or to everyone? And Jesus replied, Who then is that faithful and wise steward whom his master will make ruler over his household to give them their portion of food in due season? Blessed is that servant whom the master will find so doing when he comes. Truly I say to you that he will make him ruler over all he has. You see, Jesus tells us that we're to be expectant and to look for his coming. That's what our purpose in the world is today, is to tell other people about his coming and to be expectant for his coming, right? I expect Jesus to come back at any moment, and so I live my life that way. Like if he was to pop in here right now, I'd be able to say, Lord, thank you, and I'd be able to go with him, right? Now, if you don't live that way and you say that you're a follower of Jesus, then you need to read Luke chapter 12 because it tells you you should be that way, right? And Jesus used the analogy of someone with a thief. So you see, when I go to bed at night, I make sure my house is locked up and secure. I guess part of that comes from being in the military, but I make sure that my house is completely secure. And if a thief were to try to break in, which is the analogy that Jesus used, I would be ready for that person. In fact, that's actually happened once. Someone tried to break into my house, and by God's mercy and grace, I was able to convince that person that if he actually did come through my door, that his life would be over quickly and painfully. And he thought that I was telling him the truth, and so he ran away. And that story actually ended well. I think I've told it before, but he didn't go rob someone else. I live out in the country on a farm, and it's a quarter mile down my driveway, and other people have a lot longer driveways, and there are not, some of them are not believers, and they would have, if you tried going down their driveway in the middle of the night, you're liable to not make it all the way down. So, but all that to say, I was ready, right? My house is secure at night when I go to bed. It's secure because God is here, right? He watches over my family. It's secure because I'm here. It's my responsibility to be watchful for my family. It's your responsibility to be watchful for Jesus, right? He used the analogy of a wedding. Like if you're going to go to a wedding or a fancy party or get together, you're going to be prepared. You're going to have all your stuff ready so that when the guest of honor comes, man, it's a great time of celebration. I got to go to a celebration this morning for my amazing wife who was named Nurse of the Year. And so everybody was waiting for her. We were all expectant. And then when she got to go up to the front to receive her award, it was a blessing for us because we were ready and watching, right? What kind of schmucks would we have been if we'd have just been wandering around, talking on the phone, eating snacks, and not even paying attention, or not even shown up, right? We would have been, what kind of family would we be? We'd be a terrible one. And so Jesus doesn't want that. He wants us to be expectant. Why? Because he said he's going to come at an hour you do not expect him, right? There's all these people on social media telling you when Jesus is going to come back. Jesus himself said, no one knows the hour or the day. But he said, be watching, right? He said, just like in the spring when you see the leaves on the fig tree, you know that the time of harvest is close. Same thing with Jesus. When you see all the things he talked about, the establishment of Israel, wars and rumors of wars, signs in the earth, earthquakes and famines and floods and pestilence and all these things, they're all happening, right? And yes, they've been happening for a while, for at least 2,000 years that we know of, but they're coming to a fruition, right? Israel is getting ready to rebuild their temple. The red heifers have been sent to Israel. The cattle without blemish, not a single hair of their body is discolored. They're perfect animals to be sacrificed in the temple. And that's what the Jews believe will bring their Messiah. We know their Messiah has already come, and he's going to come back again. So be ready. Read Luke chapter 12. Be watchful. Be in anticipation. Be on guard, like you want to protect and defend your household, and just have a joyful expectation that Jesus Christ is coming back soon, because he is. Love you. Be blessed.